Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. I'm Vic, otherwise known as Mr. Hatman, and I'm here with my friend Craig, and we're going to be talking about marketing, online, social media, what you need to do before the click. And one of the challenges you'll discover is that if you're solely relying on email, you can have things go south. So a lot of people were sent an email and then the email provider didn't have their security certificates installed correctly. And the email simply gave an error message, and people think, oh my God, there's something wrong here. Well, no, there's nothing wrong. It's just the way that the world is changing all the time. And you have to not rely on your email solely anymore. Because the thing about it this way, you need to start thinking about your email as a social network. It is no different. It still operates under the same rules. Most people use the Google social network, otherwise known as Gmail, or some people use America Online. Every single provider has its own rules about how they treat incoming messages, especially from businesses. So building your list is no longer just building your list. You have to engage people before they click. And that's what today's presentation is about. And Craig, you and I are working together. You're a marketer. I'm actually a technologist. I'm not even a marketer. I've studied marketer. I'm a scholar of marketing, but I don't like to think of myself as a marketer. I'm not that guy who's going to be standing in front of a Ferrari saying, hey, look at me. You can do this too, because I don't actually believe that. I don't believe that most people who are sold marketing programs are capable of executing marketing once they actually see how deep the rabbit goes, the rabbit hole. You've got to have safety and camera presence and all these factors. And a tool like SociSnap is definitely going to help steer you in the right direction. So we're going to talk about three things tonight. One, I've prepared a campaign that I'm running for a business partner about an event that's happening this Friday with best-selling authors. And we're going to be talking about those numbers in the context of what you could do if you wanted to do a live event. Then we're going to cut to how could I call this? One of my trainings. We're going to give you an excerpt of it. It's called Before the Click. And it's all 7 ingredients that I designed about the types of social media posts, the types of videos you want to have out there before you ask people to opt in. So then finally, once people are opt-in, we're going to create a follow-up sequence, and we're going to do that at the very, very end. So we're going to go from marketing over to before the click, and I'm actually using the before the click strategy in this campaign. So Craig, share a little bit about your story. You've been marketing. You drive a Tesla. You actually have a car I drool over and dream over. You're a business owner. You're not just a marketer, but you know how important marketing is for your business. Take it away, Craig.
Yeah, well, thank you, Victor. It's great to be here. I was gonna joke with you. I mean, I appreciate you giving me the esteemed title of internet marketer. I hope that's thought of these days in a professional way. But I know that from the example that you gave of all the bad marketing videos that used to be very common several years ago of some flashy guy standing in front of a Ferrari saying, yeah, I just clicked my link and you're going to have millions of dollars flowing in. It's ridiculous. I mean, none of that works and everybody knows it. So you're never going to see me doing this crazy video like that in front of a Ferrari or even a Tesla for that matter. So let's get that out of the way right from the beginning. But I like your concept of the before the click marketing and how that strategy can work effectively in today's marketplace. So this is a great topic, I think, Victor.
Yeah. I'm really excited. This is a brand new presentation I just put together today, and then we're going to go into tactical stuff in a moment. But this is really, I love to share stuff that's currently underway because it's real. And the numbers may not be the best, we're not promoting Les Brown here, right? What most marketers do is they take these idealized campaigns that are like in a perfect world, and then they put them out there, and then they say, you know what? If I can do it, you can do it. And then when normal people actually try to do what they say, they find that the numbers are about 10% of what the marketer promised they would be.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. If you follow the before the click strategy that I'm going to lay out for you today, it doesn't matter if your numbers are 10 times worse than you believe they are, because you'll still be making money, because you're going to be saving. Get this, you're going to be paying Facebook and Google 10 cents on the dollar because you're conforming to their standards and what they want, right? The longer you can keep people on Facebook before sending them to your website, the more you can disqualify people. And I said disqualify, not qualify, disqualify people. So in other words, what if you could, for under $100, reach 5,000 prospects that are highly targeted and filter out all of them except for like 70 or 80 of them, and then focus on your follow-up efforts with just those 80 people? You see, now you're actually saving money and you're making it at the same time. But if you keep bludgeoning those 5,000 people over and over again, whether it's email or even ads, you're going to be spending for every impression. Remember, advertising is sold per impressions. It's marketed based on clicks. That's a very important distinction. Advertising is sold based on impressions. It's not sold based on clicks. It's marketed based on clicks. Yeah. So in other words, people say, oh, I'm going to pay so-and-so for click. I'm going to pay 40 cents per click. Or I'm going to pay 40 cents per opt-in. I have a client that's getting 40-cent opt-ins right now. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't really matter when you convert that into sales.
All right.
Only when you convert it into sales. There is a metric, and we're not going to go deep into this today. We may go into it deep on Thursday. But what I want you to start thinking about is just remember, every single time you have an impression, you're paying, okay? The accounting is on a per click basis. That's what a lot of people don't quite get. So let me say it another way. If you show a video to people and you're promoting the video, whether it's on Facebook or Google, they all have different ways of doing it. Facebook has something called a through click, and Google charges you per video view, okay? Once the video, someone has to watch at least 15 seconds of your video, or they allegedly don't charge you. But when you look at your numbers, what ends up happening, it's an auction. So what happens is, if they're not getting those 15-second views, they're just going to keep bidding higher and higher and higher. You're actually going to end up spending more. If your video is bad, in other words, it doesn't engage people in 15 seconds, then you're going to end up spending more. If your video doesn't hold their attention past a certain threshold, then you won't get sales. So it's finding the balance between capturing their attention, engaging them, and then driving them toward a decision. Now, say, for example, you have a video and you love this video. You think it's fantastic, but most people, the best part is like maybe 30 minutes in. So like today's video, the best nuggets we will probably predict will be in about 30 minutes from now. That's my prediction, because I know I've prepared this. So it's going to be like about an hour-long entire experience that you're going to be here today. However, additional training, and by the way, the training I'm showing you here is, I think it's about 3.5 hours of 4 hours of training, and we're going to give that to all of our, pay attention, Funnel Club members. And we want all of you to upgrade to the Funnel Club. Now, you're in the Funnel Club. It was a no-brainer. I think you and I had a 5-minute conversation instead of, course, I want to do the Funnel Club. You
Yeah.
coached me. So what we want to do is create a funnel where your customer is your ally. You're not selling them. They're approaching you because it's such a great deal.
Yeah, that's really so much more powerful when they're coming to you and saying, help me solve this problem, because they already know that they perceive you as an expert, and they're coming to you instead of the way 99% of other people do it, which is chasing after, cold prospects that don't already know and like and trust you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's jump into this window.
Real quick as you're jumping into the next window, Vic, you mentioned at the beginning that, when you're doing these kind of trainings, that you like to have the ability to disqualify people. And the longer you can keep people in the Facebook realm before you say, okay, here's the link, go here now, Facebook rewards you the longer you keep them on the platform, right?
Yes, they do.
So as a general rule of thumb, how long should people plan to keep somebody engaged in a video on Facebook before you say, go here for more information, so to speak?
Well, my strategy is everything's around a week.
A week? No, I mean like on the video.
Oh, what I do is multiple videos that are all chained together. So if they watch one video, it chains to the next video. If they watch the next video, they watch the next video, and so on and so forth. So what you do is you're always thinking in terms of a series. And what we're going to be talking about today is the elements of that series.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the actual case study that comes before the click movie. So this is the actual Facebook video ad. I just logged into our ad manager, and we've only spent $70 on this ad, but we've reached 4,197 prospects with that. Okay. We've had, let me go to the next slide. I'm going to show you that. Okay. So this is, to me, this is like what we call a test campaign. The goal is to screen people by views. So 4,197 people are shown the post. 554 people click the play button and they watch 3 seconds. 82 people play through, which means we got them hooked, right?
You mean they watched the whole thing?
Some watched the whole thing, and we actually know who those people are. There were 4 people that watched the whole thing. But see, those people, if you know who those people are, you want to love and warm them up and actually move them into a call, move them into a booking an appointment with you. See, that's where a lot of people, they're trying to automate social media. And social media is not something you want to automate except for the earliest stages of engagement. Okay? As soon as you see someone is interested, you want to connect with them in some other medium like WhatsApp, Telegram, or even the phone. See, the goal is not to get them to click. The goal is to self-select based on interest. So now I know out of those 5,000 people, 4 people are super hot, ready to jump. 82 people are warm and they're interested. And then you can compare that against people who've already bought, right? So here's the thing. When they do click, here's what happens. We register them for a live class. And then there's the upsell of the author showcase. It's a ticket for $97. And you pre-qualify your prospects before the click. This will produce more sales. Your ads reinforce a brand message. And let's look at the post real quick. And then we're going to go into the deep dive on deconstructing this strategy. This is the boosted post. It's the Extravaganza and Epi Book Awards. We ran a preview on Saturday, and it was on Zoom, and this Friday is going to be on Zoom. And anyone who's here, you're welcome to go to mybookaward.com and go register for free. We're promoting a live Zoom. There's a warm audience. There's an email campaign that's going on simultaneously, but here's my target. My target, while everyone is trying to target this link, I'm going to bring up my laser pointer. I have this link here, but guess where I get more clicks? It's the see more, right? Because it's safer, right? It's safer, right?
Huh.
The see more, most newbie marketers do not understand Facebook to the degree that they don't understand how powerful that see more is. Facebook actually calls it a click. They actually have what's called a through click, which means that they left Facebook and they went to your website. But that see more, you can still call that a click, and Facebook actually does call it a click. Your total number of clicks, and the majority of them will be the see more, right?
Is the see more that they're clicking on within this post just a continuation of your text?
I'm glad you asked that question. Would
Or
you like to see what's behind the see more?
let's see what's behind that door.
Okay.
Ta-da.
And I made this post in SociSnap.
Yeah, I can tell. It looks really nice.
Right? The word rich is an emphasis word. Win is an emphasis word. Act now is an emphasis word. Well, if you email people the word rich, win, or act now, chances are you're going to end up in spam because they're considered spam words.
Oh, yeah.
SociSnap changes the mindset to calling them emphasis words. And this is an actual boosted post. I just showed you that. And so this is a beautiful post. So what happens is you have juice, 4 bullets, act now. It's not making any apologies about selling you something. So if you're a good copywriter, when they click the see more, you put your sales letter in there. And the longer the sales letter, the better. And you can make it look like a sales letter with SociSnap. Cool, huh?
Really cool. Yeah, that really stands out. So you were saying that Facebook counts when people click see more, they count that as a click, and that improves your algorithm.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. And so why is it important when you're marketing on Facebook to improve your algorithm in Facebook's eyes?
Well, because they see that as an engagement and you're not actually leaving Facebook. But you're still generating a click and that person is now engaged. So you can then create another ad that goes to all the people who clicked see more, right? You can, because they've engaged with your post or your ad, right? As soon as they've engaged with your post or your ad, you make a progressively stronger and stronger and stronger call to action. Now, one of the things you may have noticed today, I created 5 open loops. Did you catch that? Do you know what an open loop is? And I did it in the first minute of this broadcast. I told you what was coming. I asked a question. I also kept some things. So like some people right now are thinking, okay, what is Builderall? What is the Funnel Club? What is SociSnap? What is the Extravaganza and Epi Awards? Okay. You want people to have these questions looming in their mind. But as soon as you ask them, they're going to leave your broadcast. They're going to leave your video. They're going to probably leave your social media post. So what you want to do is open up, in my strategy right now, 7 loops. 7 loops. So we're going to cut now to the replay where Peter and I were teaching this strategy to our VIPs. This is actually a paid program. People paid to be here, anywhere from $50 a month to, I think, $300 a month. And they're all members of one of Peter's companies. So if you have any other questions before I roll to this replay,
no, let's roll right into
then
it.
what we could do is we could comment on it. I'm gonna time it so we don't go too long in the replay before we come back on camera.
Okay.
And a lot of these questions will be answered right there.
Yeah, let's roll right into it.
I think you're gonna love this. And if you guys are already in the Funnel Club, the Builderall Funnel Club, reach out to your sponsor, have them connect with me, and I will send you the full replay. It's about 3.5 hours long. it goes into a lot of tactical, it goes into building web pages, it goes into building funnels. You actually get to see me build funnels for Peter, and I do it all in this one time. It was one of those very, very long, you know what I mean? We were on 4.5 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to be on that long. I want to keep this short, concise, and to the point, and ask you to get back with your sponsor and say, you know what? I'm ready. I want to jump into this funnel club. Where do I go? How do I do it? Sound good?
Short and sweet is the way to go.
Okay. There's no links here other than SociSnap, and I already assume all of you already have SociSnap. We just launched a unlimited free trial version. You can use SociSnap for free 3 times, and we invested a lot of time to make sure it's. We had some people that found a little workaround. We actually found that out, and they were using SociSnap for free forever. So now we locked it down. So now it's only 3 times. And then you have to, make a small contribution. Again, get back to the person who sent you to this video, because I'm the developer. I built SociSnap. Get back to the person who sent you here and purchase SociSnap from them. Okay? Because one of the secrets, a lot of people want to hire me to do marketing for them, and I flatly say no. I don't do that anymore. Do you know how you can hire me to do your marketing for you? Sell SociSnap, prove that you've sold it a few times, and I'll reach out to you and help you market.
That's even
what I
better.
did with Peter. I did that with James. I did it with everyone, right?
Yeah, that's actually more powerful, that offer right there. And to make the offer even better, there's a way that you can get SociSnap without having to pay at all. Technically, you can get it for $1, right?
Yeah. But you have to know the right person to pay the dollar to.
Exactly. That's one of the secrets.
And they've got to be connected to me ultimately through a certain degree of freedom. So let's jump into this, and so excited about this training here.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Yeah, one of my Builderall members was asking me for this training, and I gave it to them. Say, wow, that was just that was the bomb. That was exactly what I needed.
Yeah, well, that's common when people see the power of SociSnap. They have no idea that how to make their posts look so visually stimulating and engaging. So,
well, that's why we have, I think right now, 35, 40 videos in SociSnap on our YouTube channel. So we're not actually we're teaching you marketing, copywriting, advertising, how to create Facebook ads, how to create YouTube videos, how to create titles for your YouTube videos, all of that inside of SociSnap. And the approach is we assume you have the tool, and if you don't, you can always try it for free. And that's the approach that we've found works the best. So let's run into this. All right.
You can, if you want to learn how to bake, which is more like a science, you can try to figure it out by looking at a recipe, or you can pay someone that makes the absolute best cake for them to teach you how to do it. and it's a different thing, right? Looking at a recipe and trying to follow it and get the nuances, you might get it, you might not, but it's the nuances that you're missing. And it's being able to turn a task into a piece of art, because you're having someone that's been there, that's done that, that's taken it to its extreme, teaching you how they're able to make the best cake ever. And thus also in the online community, how to be able to make the best funnels that work, right? Instead of just trying to wing it and figure it out, or watching something on YouTube or something to that effect. So on Tuesday, you get to be with us to be able to see it, to see and to learn and to interact and ask questions. So what we want you to do on all of our trainings is to participate ask questions, and what we call lean into, Lean, lean into the conversation. Leaning into the conversation means that you're in on it, you're engaged, and you're not slouched back in your chair and, dare I say, multitasking on other things while you're trying to learn at the same time. So cut out any distractions and actually focus for the next 60 minutes or 90 minutes or whatever it happens to be, and absorb the information, right? So stop multitasking, because you're going to pick up maybe 5% of the information if you multitask. It's not going to be that beneficial for you, and we certainly want that to happen for you. So whether you're doing affiliate marketing, network marketing, brick and mortar business, or whatever, what we're teaching you is going to help. Okay, it's going to help, and it's going to get you to where you want to go faster, easier, less painful, and you'll be much happier along the way, because you'll be able to see progress. You'll be able to see progress. So guys, we're going to get started in just a few minutes. I see some more people coming on, and I'm going to turn it back over to Victor, and he'll be teaching most of this here, and I'll be here to lend any commentary along the way. So back to you, Victor.
Yeah, thank you, Peter, for that great introduction. Peter and I are mentors for each other in different dimensions. I look to Peter in understanding the realm of network marketing, because I don't really know much about network marketing, even though I've been part of several network marketing companies. I got my start as a network marketer selling water filters in college. It was a really simple idea. You'd show up at someone's house, install a water filter. They either paid for it a week later, or you took the filter away. And that's about as far as I really got, in the network marketing space. But then I'm a software developer, so I used to build the compensation plans for network marketing companies. So my team built multiple compensation plans for green powder companies and all kinds of things like that. So we've done all kinds of complex 12 levels deep binaries, pass-up systems, all kinds of programming like that. And we've also built some compensation algorithms for one of Peter's companies several years ago. Well, the way we work together is I'm more of a technical guy, a tactical guy, and Peter is more of a mindset, big picture thinker, author, best-selling author. He's more New York, I'm more California, Silicon Valley. And together we kind of form a great team. We're mentors for each other. Well, today's talk is really inspired by all of the courses that I've been teaching for the better part of 3 years, starting with Facebook Relevance, which came out in 2017, 2018. Then we did email relevance, Peter and I, last year, I'd say somewhere around November or so. We're now in the middle of recording Tube Relevance, which is all about YouTube. And I started thinking, well, what do all of these things have in common? What's the space of the internet like these days? And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, there are all these things you must do before you ask people to click. And I thought, well, how many steps and how many critical things or critical ingredients? Like Peter's also a master chef, almost like that TV show. These are the ingredients you must have and you must convey before asking people to click away from their social media newsfeed. And what I kept seeing my clients do incorrectly, I saw my team doing incorrectly, I saw my customers doing incorrectly, were all these 7 critical things. And then I even saw myself, you know what? Even though I know I should be doing these things, I sometimes don't do them. Like, how often do we, teach others, but we look back on ourselves and we're not actually doing those things. So I thought that by maybe articulating these critical things, it would help all of you perform better, have better campaigns, have better results from all the things you do with your marketing. I just want to acknowledge Katrin Lacarte from Denmark. She became a member of our channel. Thank you, Katrin, for coming on and joining our channel. Just so you know, my channel, Mr. Hatman is actually the name of my channel, is a partner with Google and YouTube. So you can contribute by becoming a member. And what we do is we upload members only replays and videos and trainings and all kinds of stuff inside of the members area. And these members areas are actually inside of YouTube itself. And we've had trainings also on how you can get to that level. You need about 30,000 subscribers unless you know the secret. And then I know the secret and I taught that before. But you can become a member of the channel and get access to tons and tons of more training that goes deeper into these topics if you like. And of course, there's also additional training inside of intentional mentoring, which is distinct. So my channel is Mr. Hatman and Peter's channel is intentional mentoring. And a lot of times we take clips from each other and we put them in each other's channels. So thank you again, Katrine, for becoming a member. If you want to click the join button, you can also become a member there and become associated with the channel. And we're working on activating Peter's membership on his channel as quickly as possible. But, it takes quite a bit of work. And, work is not a 4-letter word. Is that right? Craig,
yeah, that's definitely
what
true.
YouTube has done with membership. And there's also something called Super Chat. If you're watching this on YouTube live, you can actually, during the broadcast, click the little $ and make a one-time contribution. And it's collected by Google. We receive 70% of that contribution. And it's a great way to give back. We get to give 30% to Google for collecting all the funds. It's totally secure. It works in every country in the world. And it's a very, very easy way to share the wealth. So we're really, really happy about that. Craig, you had what were your thoughts on that? I just wanted to stop the broadcast.
Yeah, well, super chats are great because that's another revenue stream for your channel.
Yeah, we make most of our revenue from super chats on our channel, from doing live events. One of my friends, he had 2 super chats come in out of gratitude for one of his clients. He got a $500 super chat, and then immediately after that, he got a $400 super chat from the same person. So that's $900 that someone gave back because he said, you know what? I just want to give back to you because you've given me so much. So super chat's a great way to just, it's not really sales. It's kind of like Patreon or any of those other things. A lot of people say, Vic, you have this piano music, you got all this really kind of cool stuff. I'm wanting to move, did you know that I actually got into marketing because I wanted to sell my piano music?
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. But
right?
I was just thinking with, respect to the super chats, I've got to imagine that if your channel is providing enough value to people that people are giving you a super chat, that Google will reward your channel perhaps because they're getting a little piece of that action too.
Yeah, they do. They just don't have time to monitor or boost it based on that. They kind of rely on us to bring our audience to YouTube. In general, that's YouTube's point of view. It's, if you can prove yourself to them that you can bring people to YouTube and have them stick around, then they will reward you by sharing it with people you don't know that are similar to the people you've already engaged.
That's fantastic.
Okay. The corollary to that is if you launch a YouTube channel and you don't have any traction. No one really cares what you're saying. You're pitching and people are not just like connecting with you, then it's going to be really tough for you to get people to subscribe or engage or participate, right? So it's sort of like you've got to speak to your audience. You have to speak to your culture. You have to understand that you're truly there to help people in whatever's going on with them.
Yeah. So you can't make your videos one great big long pitch fest because it's not going to work.
No, absolutely. So the key here is to understand that, and I think Facebook's the same way. I think all media has now kind of come that way, because it's like in any industry. I mean, let's say you move to a new small town, right? You're going to take, about a year or so to kind of get to know the Chamber of Commerce. You're going to get to know the people there. Even like you and I are almost neighbors, like we live about 15 minutes from each other. There's a huge difference between my small town and your small town.
Yeah, totally.
So, even a bar. I know some people that, have you ever walked into a bar and it seems like everybody knows everybody at that bar?
Yeah.
And then so you ask the people, well, how do you know each other? And I actually got an answer from someone. They said, you know what? Yeah, we've been coming to the same bar for 7 or 8 years. So we kind of know the people in the bar, and, it's a familiar face and they feel safe. So familiarity, this is a real key, is more important than originality. That's from this book I have here called Hitmakers. They prove this scientifically. Let me show you that book right here.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? Hitmakers, The Science of Popularity in an Age of Distraction, Derek Thompson. It's a great, great book. And basically, I just give you the cliff notes. If you focus on giving people the type of content that they're familiar with, you'll do much better than trying to be original.
That makes sense.
Give people who are already fans of your content that is familiar to them your original stuff once they trust you. But don't try to build trust based on your originality. Build trust based on familiarity. Mm-hmm. That also explains why copywriting works. A lot of people say, well, Vic, what's copywriting? Well, copywriting is not just sitting down and spouting out sales language. Copywriting typically is following a structure that's proven. Like the simplest one is pain, right? Authority, right? Solution. It's called PASS. Pain, authority, and solution. So first of all, you have to identify what pain someone else is feeling. Then you want to identify yourself as the authority and why you can solve that pain. And then you give the solution. Most people get it wrong. They say, okay, I got the answer for you. Join my business. I'm going to give you the answer. Well, they missed the authority piece, right? That's why you want to become a best-selling author, because you have now authority. I'm a best-selling author in 2 books right now. They're anthologies. And my publisher, yeah, this is one right here. See, there I am on the cover. Right? And
Ready, Aim, Influence. Yeah, that's a good title.
Yeah, here's another one, another book right there.
Very nice.
Right? And that's with Joe Vitale and other people like that. So I got put in those books. And once you get put into a book and then that becomes a bestseller, then you can say you're a best-selling author because you're actually in a best-selling book. So that gives you the authority to then say, okay, because I'm an authority, I can give you the answer. Okay, so I would say from a vantage point of Facebook ads, the last big political campaign I ran, I produced a 5,300%. That's 53 times more engagement with a mayor in a small town in New Jersey for a political campaign than he was getting organically, right? So that gives me the authority to say, well, okay, I can do that. With this client, we're actually getting a 5,900% higher engagement because we're giving Facebook a little bit of money, not a lot, like under $100 so far. I think we're just about to hit our first $100 in spend. We have a $500 budget, but we're not going to probably spend it. What we're trying to do is just re-engage and reinforce the email campaign that's going out. That makes sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So were you, you were just kind of giving a teaser of the video that you were showing earlier?
I'm going to go back to it. I have to go back to it. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Here we go. So I created a new capture page. It's called beforeaclick.com. And I thought that's kind of a cool name. So I'm just starting a whole new program. This is a free training. And I thought about this long and hard. Everyone out there that I can see is sort of preying on beginners. They're all preying on beginners. These are people, you know, they charge them $1,000 for their home study courses, $300, $500, $700, $2,000. You know, they get them into these complex mentoring programs, and these people haven't even made their first commission yet.
Yeah.
So I decided, I think it was last week, I said, you know what? I'm just going to focus on teaching people that have already made commissions. They're already successful. They're already doing something, because it's sort of like, you know, if a car is in motion, I can steer it left or right, but if there's no movement happening at all, there's not much I can do, right? If you're not running ads on Facebook, what's the point in me tweaking your ads? If you don't have a YouTube channel with at least 4,000 hours of watch time, why would I spend my time teaching you ninja strategies that you don't even know how to do? So I decided that I'm just going to teach my very best stuff that I used to sell to people. All the beginner stuff, I'm just going to give it away. Because all of you guys are beginners. You know what? I'm going to give it away as bonus training. If you join our Builderall team, that's great. And just focus on selling my programs to people who can afford them, who are already in motion doing something. So it's a different paradigm shift. So you're going to see the tone of voice is going to be very different. I'm not even going to offer my programs to beginners. There's really no point, because all that's going to happen is you might watch the first, second video, and then you'll get all excited and you'll do nothing. So
Yeah.
that's kind of my prelude to this presentation, which is called, What are the 7 critical things you simply must convey before asking people to click away from their social media newsfeed? So, Peter, I want to ask your help as a friend and a mentor. Let's work on this slide together. Please participate, okay? Engage, put things in the chat. If you're watching us live on YouTube, please comment. When you comment below, it shows me how many subscribers you have, okay? That's one of the benefits of being a partner. I can see how awesome your channel is. You know, do you have like more subscribers than me? Like Peter has 4,000 subscribers. I have 3,000 subscribers. Guys, if you only have 50 or 100 subscribers, you're not even on the court yet. It's kind of like you're not even playing the game. Why am I going to sell you $1,000 program when you're not even playing the game? Makes no sense. What business are you in? All of you, without exception, are in the transformation business. We here on Spaceship Earth are in the transformation business. And the challenge is, I'm going to show you stuff that's real, and it's not going to match what you believe to be true, because you were sold a dream by someone else, and your mind will say, but I thought I could make money by simply doing nothing at all. And guess what? When you write a comment, I can see how many subscribers you have. I can see how many hours you have on your YouTube channel. I can see exactly what your business is. I can Google you. I can look at your feeds. I can look at your social media feed. I can tell, are you a rock star or are you a beginner? 98% of people are beginners. That's okay. I just want to work with the 2% that are rock stars. And I'm just going to give all of you beginners my best stuff for free. Does that sound good? Peter, over to you. Can you please engage people and cause them to participate?
Yeah, that's that's an interesting concept. Is that guys, we want you to get some traction. Okay. And what I mean by traction is to have some kind of success. So this way you stay in this interesting business long enough to make money, any kind of money, to build your belief so that this way you can stay in the business long enough to make significant money. Okay. So we want you to engage, to lean in, to participate, and to really focus in on what we're talking about here, because it will be quite different in most cases than what you've been taught before, or maybe you haven't even been taught before. Okay, so let's get rolling. Okay, back to you, Vic.
Awesome. So I promised Peter I'm going to try to stick to about 15 minutes, and then we're going to have a little bit of Q&A. We're going to stop the YouTube live stream, and we're going to go into the tactical training for all of you who have Builderall accounts. Because there's really no point in me showing you how to do stuff if you're not on the same platform that the rest of us are. And if you don't have a Builderall account, check your email for the links or get back to the person who sent you here today. All right, let's go. Your only job as a marketer is to attract attention, retarget these people, and inspire the first sale. You must be an expert at something. I don't care what it is. Peter's an expert at cooking. So say right now and write it in the chat. I am an expert in, and fill in the blank. While we're doing that, Peter and I are going to plus each other. Plussing each other is great. Okay. I am an expert in video games. That's what I am. But I'm going to talk about Peter. Peter is an expert in condensing books and commenting on books and really helping you understand things. Like I've been to his, I think it's like 10 hours of training on Think and Grow Rich. And he opened my eyes to areas of that book that I did not even understand. Peter, over to you. What do you think Vic's an expert in?
You're an expert in making sense out of numbers, making sense out of numbers and figures, which I'd rather stick forks in my eyes to do that. So that's what I think you're an expert in, looking at crunching numbers to be able to make sense. So this way you can use it to be more profitable and better at your business, to be able to make your numbers work for you.
Thank you. Peter's an expert in creating a 59-second video. He's made so many of these to convey a singular idea. He's an expert in that. All of you need coaching from Peter in creating your 59-second video. Over to you, Peter.
Victor's an expert at making the technical more of an artwork, because he merges music and the learning of different factors of the way music interacts with the artwork of building software.
Thank you. Peter's an expert in network marketing and building teams. I've never seen anybody get more people together and have them show up and be participating than anybody else.
I think Victor is an expert at having a great time. I've actually met him, and I find that is a vital ingredient to be able to do well as an entrepreneur, is to not take everything so seriously, but to use that to your advantage, to be able to relax, so that this way information flows to you better, and you're able to understand things better because you're not so tense all the time.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter.
I met Victor, and we finally got together on the Marketers Cruise, and first thing out of my mouth was, I got to party with that guy.
Yes.
He's just a blast to be with. So,
All right. Thank you, Peter. All of you can be experts in SociSnap in 90 seconds. So I'm going to show you what you can do in 90 seconds with SociSnap. This is an email that Peter sent me as a draft. You can live the laptop lifestyle. We click the highlight button. What this does is it looks for all of the spam words. You can remove this. So instead of the word problem, we replace it with challenge. Then we run the spam tool again. Instead of saying you can, we say anyone can. And then the word marketing. Like it or not, the word marketing has become a swear word. So if you use it in any social media, including but not limited to most email programs, which have now become more like social media, because they all have bots that read what you do. So get rid of the word how to do it. We just got rid of it. And so with the tool SociSnap, you can now scan all of your content. I just want to acknowledge one of our newest customers. He just joined our team, and he was sharing with us the other day that his Facebook account was shut down because he was labeling his campaigns one of these words, and these words were like no-nos. And I said, dude, you've got to run your, I didn't know this, but thank you. You've got to let us know that, because we have to tell everyone, run those campaign titles, run those ad titles through SociSnap to make sure you're not using those bot words. Now, we just added another 300 words to it. I think we're up to like close to 500 words and phrases that we look for. If you don't already have SociSnap, please go to SociSnap.com, pick it up. It's under $100. You probably have a coupon code. You can Google it if you don't have a coupon code. Pick it up. I'm putting all of my best training for you for free, just for you having SociSnap, okay? And I keep adding more and more to it. All the beginner training is free. That's kind of our going forward from here. Buy SociSnap, get all your beginner training for free forever. Does that sound good or what? Over to you, Peter, and then we're going to move into the next section.
yeah, Michael had a question about where can I get Tube Relevance, and I said, hey, you get SociSnap. It's right in SociSnap.
Yeah,
As well
I added Tube Relevance. Boom, it's right here. First link under featured links.
Yeah, so just by getting that, and the tool itself is certainly worth the money times 10, times 100, then you're getting all the other training in there as well too, which is going to help you as well. So then of course you have the different versions like the pro version and things like that. But just even the basic version, you're getting a ton of great stuff in there to help you. So I think just overall, as far as a tool to help you make money, but also a tool to help you get educated as well.
Exactly. So if you don't have at least like 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, just go through Tube Relevance until you do. Now, one of the people bought our Tube Relevance Pro training. He has, I think, 6,000 subscribers, but he doesn't have enough hours annually in his watch time. I think Tube Relevance Pro would help him. So we're going to be doing Tube Relevance Pro. Basically is my premium program where I go into your channel. I actually help you get to those criteria so that you can get monetized. And it also focuses on advertising and stuff like that. But I realized, you know what? I'm just going to stick everything you need in Tube Relevance Basic until you get your 1,000 subscribers. Right? You just need 1,000 subscribers. That's not hard. You could go to your email list and say, you know what? I'm unsubscribing you. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there instead. Guess what? Google owns YouTube, right? So All of those links, if you bulk email your list, even a BCC will probably inbox better than using an email software. Little ninja tip for you. Seeing beneath the iceberg, okay? This is a bit of a review. This is what we do on these Tuesdays. We cover automation, branding, conversion funnels, drip campaigns, email marketing, Facebook marketing, Google marketing, all of the beginner stuff. We're loading that up inside the SociSnap back office so you can go ahead and get it. 90% of the stuff that really matters is invisible. So why is SociSnap so much more profitable than the funnel model? And this is what we're going to talk about today. It's called the 7 stages of engagement. These are the secrets that are the answer to the question I asked you in this capture page. What are the 7 critical things you simply must convey before asking people to click away from the social media newsfeed? Hey, Craig.
Hey there, Victor.
Okay, so it's the top of the hour, and I promised that you could only be for an hour, and we're now going to actually run into the 7 stages. I can't believe that it was such a long leading up to the 7 stages. So,
well, that was a good teaser, with that video, and the fact that people can watch all 3 hours of it once they get in is well worth it.
Yeah, definitely. So we just had more people just joined us. So if you just joined us for the first time, thank you for coming. This is actually one of our best attended broadcasts yet, even though the email we sent out had a technical glitch and it wasn't clickable, which goes to show that even if you get this terrible warning message, people do show up. Let me give you something I've learned about technology. Just because it works today doesn't mean it's going to work tomorrow. Okay? If you allow technology to stop you from achieving your goals, you'll always be failing forward. You have to push through technology, assume it's never going to work the way you intended it to, be surprised when it does, and then achieve your goals despite the technological limitations. So if you have an error message and you trust the person, say, you know what? Yeah, fine. Okay, no problem. Who's the higher authority here? You or the email software? You or the social network? You or the email program, right? You or even the browser. Did you know that browsers actually plug into third-party databases where anybody can list your website as a spammer? Right? Once you get in one of those databases, you have to petition to have yourself removed. It literally can kill your business overnight by having a few people get upset with what you're doing. So what's the solution? Focus on the people who want to be served and just forget about the rest. There's plenty of room for all of us. If people are not responding to Vic's emails, why don't we take those same leads and give them to Craig? They may respond to Craig better than they do to me.
Sounds good. Let's make the switch right now.
I'll be happy to send my people your way, because the thing is, as soon as I see that you have the how can I say this? I want to convey what I've learned from my sponsor, right? James, #1 sponsor in all of Builderall. How did he become the #1 sponsor? He did a product launch. Okay. He made 6 figures on his product launch, multiple 6 figures. He took every penny of that and reinvested it on ads, right? Because he was thinking ahead. He said, you know what? I got this cash in hand right now. Instead of buying a Ferrari, right, I'm going to go give it to Google to get more traffic, to bring more people into my funnel, to have them build my business even more. and then you live off the residuals, right?
Yeah,
In the
that's a smart
funnel
idea.
club. In the funnel club, it pays you $179 commissions. Give $150 of that to Facebook. And then what happens is you live off the residuals, right? And because Builderall has a 2-tier affiliate program, SociSnap has a 2-tier affiliate program. Guess what? Every time Craig makes $1 in Builderall, I make a matching dollar. Right? Every time you make $20, I make $20. Every time you make $100, I make $100. So I'm actually more encouraged to mentor Craig than I am to go beat my list with yet another deal.
It makes much more sense because I'm already committed. So why would you waste, a bunch of your valuable time trying to convert people that aren't interested yet or, already signed up when you can focus on me and then you'll be making everything that I make? It's a win-win.
It's a win-win, right? So next week, you could bring one of your people here and have them get mentored. Okay? So we have a choice. We could end the broadcast here, or we could go into the 7 steps, or I could save the 7 steps for Thursday. What would you prefer?
Let's go into the 7 steps and finish up with how to get things started for your own account if you want to join the fun.
Okay. How about I reverse that? I'm going to tell people first what they can do.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back to the 7 steps.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to bring up a browser. Okay. Okay, are you seeing my browser right now?
Yeah, it's showing up just fine, Vic.
Okay. So to access the Funnel Club, you click right over here on this button that says Funnel Club. And what you're going to see is the onboarding funnel. And the first thing you want to do, that's our friend Marshall Silver, one of the top hypnotists in the world. And then you click here, you join the community, you go to the Builderall community, go to the Facebook Builderall official, go to these 2 community pages, and then start the tutorial. Okay? Then go into the quick start training, and then go into the new funnels of the month. Because what they do is they release new funnels each month. This is the newest funnel. It's converting like crazy right now. Okay,
we're not actually seeing that funnel, just so you know. We just see the main Builderall screen.
Okay. I'm going to go bring that funnel into that window. Are you seeing that funnel right now?
Okay, yep, it's in there now. Okay, so this is the main Builderall funnel that you're saying is converting extremely well right now.
Yes, it's the brand new funnel in the Funnel Club. And you can see why, because they've been operating since 2011. They're in 170 countries. They're more than 250,000 active users. They show you exactly what they have: the website builder, the mailing boss, the email software, the e-commerce, the app builder, and you get, I want all these tools. Then right here, they have 3 testimonials. That's James, my sponsor. our team leader? And what does Builderall offer to an affiliate? So they answer all the questions. The funnel club, the website agency, virtual assistant, training, community. 100% commission on the first payment. See, when the funnel club is $199 one time only, and that gives you full access to the funnel club. And then you have a recurring payment after your 30 days. But what we want to do is focus on having you become cash flow positive in the first month. Right. You can only do that when you get $179 commission, because there's fees, right? So it's a $20 fee for collections and all that kind of stuff. So you actually get paid $179. But see, this recurring commission, that 30%, that is what you live on. I recommend that all of you take this money and invest it in advertising. Okay. Then right here is a calculator. Let me just ask you these questions real quick, and then we'll go back to replay. How many sales, Craig, do you think you could make in a year of the funnel?
Let's say 2 a month.
So 24.
Yep, 24.
Okay. How many of these people would become affiliates?
Well, let's say 20 people did.
Okay. And how many sales can each affiliate make in a year?
1.
Okay, so your estimated monthly recurring income after 1 year building your business is $1,000 a month.
Okay, wait. Let's change it to 12 for how many people could do in a year, because that would be 1 a month.
Right. Okay. You see how it goes up?
Yeah, keep it going up. Keep it going up. Okay, so each one makes 1 sale a month.
Right.
Wow, that would be $5,536.
Yep.
In reoccurring income.
That's not counting the 179. That's just the recurring part.
Wow. And those are really minimal, very minimalistic numbers. I mean,
yes.
If you get someone like you who's already got an existing,
we've already exceeded this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's
so
why
today, boom, take advantage of the opportunity. I cannot start now. So I love this one right here. Look at this. This button takes you into the funnel club. This button says, you know what? I don't got the $199, but I want to be an affiliate. And you can sign up for free and start promoting it. That's one of the differences between Builderall and any other system I've seen out there. Is you can go ahead and get started without the investment into the tool itself. In other words, the affiliate program and the tool that you're buying are on 2 parallel tracks. And that's actually legally how it's supposed to be, right? An affiliate program cannot require people to own the tool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's really powerful.
It's recommended because how can you sell something you don't own? Yeah. But it's not required. So that means it's possible for you to sign up as an affiliate, get your 3 people, have them buy it because it pays you $179. You actually are back in positive cash flow. Then you could take one of those payments that you're gone, buy your own tool, and now you're inside the system.
That's powerful.
So you could sign up for free, sign up 3, and then you'll actually in the game.
You've basically given yourself a business. You've started a business without technically having to come up with any upfront costs.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm going back to the 7 stages of engagement. So say that again, because we needed. I was switching and it automatically started playing.
Oh,
what were you saying?
Well, I was saying that's a really powerful concept because, everyone, is pretty tight right now with having been in and out of jobs with the COVID situation. And for a lot of people, coming up with $199 might be challenging. So you can self-fund the start of a new business, another revenue stream, just by referring 3 people, and you have enough to open up a turnkey business.
Exactly. Exactly. And SociSnap, the same thing. We have an affiliate program that runs independent of your use of the tool. We give you a complete free trial for 3 tries, and you can actually use it for your ads. So we find that most people are, they use it every single day, right? And what I wanted to show was we're actually building a funnel right now for SociSnap in Builderall. So when people sign up for free, what ends up happening is the lead goes into the Builderall email autoresponder, and then my assistant will follow up with you for 1 week until you purchase or you just get the training for free. And you can find out more information. Links are below in the description, or simply go to socisnap.com. Now, when you go to socisnap.com, if you came and you were referred by one of our affiliates, they're still going to get the commission because we have tracking. So Peter, who couldn't join us today live, but he's hopefully going to be here with us on Thursday, what we're going to be talking about is this idea of the 7 stages of engagement. I'm going to show you this right now, okay? But what I want you to understand is if there's 7 stages of engagement, whether it takes a week, as this training is designed to be, so like a prospect comes in cold, and what you do is you deliberately do not sell them. I know it sounds different, but you deliberately don't sell them anything. You just deliver value, 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 value for a week. And then you sell them for a week, right? At the end of 2 weeks, you'll make more money than if you're pitching them right out of the gate.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of the way most people are doing it right now. They're pitching like crazy, and all the people are dropping off because they're like, oh, that's just another guy or gal trying to pitch me on their product or service. But if you drive people to this website and they are given value every single day for an entire week, then you've built trust, you've built a following of people that are looking forward to your communication, and then they feel a lot of times obligated. There's like they've learned so much from all that you've given, they want more.
Exactly. So let's roll, and we'll see you back here on Thursday for part 2.
Part 2.
Of meeting Zig Ziglar at a Jim Rohn event. Jim Rohn, I got to rewind this a little bit. Inside the SociSnap back office. Okay, here we go. You can go ahead and get it. 90% of the stuff that really matters is invisible. So why is SociSnap so much more profitable than the funnel model? And this is what we're going to talk about today. It's called the 7 stages of engagement. These are the secrets that are the answer to the question I asked you in this capture page. What are the 7 critical things you simply must convey before asking people to click away from the social media newsfeed? So I had the fortune of meeting Zig Ziglar at a Jim Rohn event. Jim Rohn was the late Jim Rohn, is sort of like the granddaddy of the personal growth movement, really. He was the mentor to Tony Robbins. He passed away. But before he passed away, in fact, right before he passed away, I went to one of his retreats in Los Angeles. It was a big, big, big event with lots of speakers, each speaker pitching their program along with it. And one of the things that Zig said was every sale has 5 basic obstacles: no need, no money, no hurry, no desire, and no trust. And I've been contemplating that. Okay. Now, Zig got the ingredients right, but the sequence is incorrect when it comes to social media. Let me hear from you if you'd like the correct sequence, and then we're going to go beyond. Yes? Put a yes in the chat if you're paying attention. Okay. I'm going to give you guys the correct sequence. It is trust first, then need, then desire, then hurry, and then you ask for the money. But I'm going to cross out that word money because we're going to expand on it. This is the expansion, okay? It really is trust, need, desire, hurry, and then exchange. And there are 3 components inside of exchange. Exchange consists of past exchange, present exchange, and future exchange. Let me give you an example. If I give you a car now, but you don't give me all the money for the car, you pay interest on the car, okay? You make payments on the car. If I give you a house now, but you're not actually paying the sales price of the house, you pay interest on that, okay? Let's talk about the future. This is a discount. Let's say I'm working on Tube Relevance Pro, a training that's going to sell for $2,000 or $19.97, it's commonly called in the industry. But the videos are kind of rough. I haven't fully edited them. They're not organized yet. I'm still mind mapping it. I'm looking at exactly how it's being there. I kind of want your input and I want a beta test group. Then I'm obligated to give you a discount. So I would say, you know what? You can get Tube Relevance Pro, and you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers in your YouTube channel to qualify to even buy it. And it costs $9.97 instead of $19.97. Let's talk about the present. The present is what's called fair exchange. My mentor, John DeMartini, who wrote the book Riches Within, fantastic book. I always keep this here because I want to remember. I have an autographed copy by him. Last time I saw him, I've been to his breakthrough experience, which is a $1,000 training. He doesn't even charge $9.97. It's a flat 1,000. It's literally 24 hours with John. All about money, all about fair exchange. And I've done it twice now. Payment is due when services are rendered. Another way of looking at it is payment is due when product is delivered. So you can fill that in with anything. Payment is due when something in the present time is exchanged for something of equal value in the present time. Peter, you want to comment on this before I move on?
Yeah, I mean, fair exchange is great. We talked about that so many times already. And I mean, payment is due when services are rendered. And that's the traditional, you know, in brick and mortar, you buy something, you get a product, and that's pretty much what that is, right? And sometimes the middle payment is due when the product is delivered. It can be the same time, right? But also sometimes you have a product delivered, then you pay for it, right? Almost in New York, we order food all the time where we order, then the product comes in through delivery, then we pay for it, right? So, but then also, you know, payment is due whenever. You can just fill in the blank, you know. So it could be different plans, layaway plans, different things like that. So there's different ways to be able to do it, but fair exchange is offering a product and getting fair exchange in money, and generally speaking, giving more in services or products than the person is paying. And that's what we try to do here in the digital market.
I want to share with you a pretty funny video. This is called Why We Say No to Spec. I think it's one of the funniest videos I've seen. This is from Adweek. Take a look.
Hi, I have your request for proposal.
Request for proposal? What the hell is this?
So here's the RFP. I'm going through this strategic process, right, where I'm going to pick my personal trainer. You give me the designs on spec, and then we'll see how I like the finished product, and maybe I'll pay for the build. Doesn't that sound good?
Sounds completely ass backwards.
I don't have $1.75 in my budget right now just to try one coffee willy-nilly to see if I like it or not. That's why I would like a spec one.
No.
You guys can make me a spec breakfast, right? And then if I enjoy it, I'll make you guys my ROR, my restaurant of record.
Buddy.
Yeah, and then I come back
Don't
and...
pull my leg. Come on, get out of my place. Come on. I'm busy.
So you don't do spec frames?
Not at all, no.
Okay, and then how do you get clients?
Customers trust me and they like the quality of work I do.
I definitely want you as a client, but I'm gonna start providing my services day one, so you've gotta start paying day one. That's just how businesses work.
What if you were just my client like right now and you were paying for your coffee?
How am I gonna know if I like the coffee if I don't get to try
You
it
just gotta
first?
trust.
Be like everybody else do, you know what I mean? First you pay, then you eat.
If I do like the frames, then I will buy more frames off you for a year, but that will come with a fee reduction. And then maybe the next year after that, another fee reduction of another 20% off. But I will be giving you business.
No, I'm an architect, I'm a professional, and I get paid for my time.
I will own all the rights to all the different training methods we've gone through.
I'm gonna teach you how to do stuff,
Right.
and then you own my intellectual property.
Exactly.
Absolutely not ever would I do that.
Wow.
Who would ever agree to that?
Okay, so I'm noticing that our chemistry is not really jiving right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess no.
You work for the government, don't you? What's the matter with you, man?
I have other restaurants that will do it for free, and I
Go
want
for it. Get out of here. Come on. Go for it. Why you come here? Move your ass out from here. Come on.
What you do for free?
no.
So why do you want me to?
That's classic.
Interesting.
But see, rapport, you have to align with where people are at. Most of us have a Gmail account. Gmail operates on a spec, right? Everything operates on a spec in this social space. And what you're doing is you're paying interest. You're paying multiple times the cost of that free email service with your attention due to advertising. Okay? You have to align with people where they're at before you bring them to where you want them to be. 80% of people, I'm just throwing that out there as a number, they live in the past or in the future. They're worrying. They're in fear that the future will be like the past, or they're overwhelmed. There are too many things from the past influencing their present reality. So how can you apply this on all the things you must do before a click is requested from your prospect? Well, the sequence, in my opinion, is you acknowledge the past, you project into the future, and then you bring them back to the present. And then bringing them back to the present is this concept called hurry. Hurry, the way we've organized it, can be placed in a number 4 or number 7. As soon as you ask them to hurry, like for example, my friend James has a product launch Thursday morning. Hurry, you need to opt in now to get your 3 training videos watched and ready before he does his live webinar 9 a.m. on Thursday morning. People will ask themselves, why do I need to hurry? This is where you relate to the past. You got to say something like, the last time we did a launch, here's what happened. Or the last time we promoted this product, we had XYZ happen. The last time we did this, or some story in the past. Here's a good example from an actual client. The last time I helped a client with their Facebook ads, I was able to bring them down from $1.17 per lead to now 27 cents per lead. Would you like to know how I did that? Okay. Now let's talk about the future. Can you see yourself? Project them into the future. Can your prospects see what their life would be like if they bought your product or hired you, or if they joined the company with you as their sponsor instead of this other guy that has all these AKA bonuses that they don't really need? Or you could do a combo. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you a story from the recent past. I'm going to talk about my future, and I'm going to talk about where I am today. Specifically with the Builderall product. Hi, I'm Victor Grant. I've had people pitching me Builderall for about 3 years now, and each time I said no. Finally, I met this guy on the marketer's cruise, and instead of pitching me, he promoted my product, SociSnap. After he generated a few sales, he offered to redesign my SociSnap sales page in Builderall for no cost at all. He gave me a sharing code. I was happy to pay the $69 for the template, and I thought to myself, well, what if I just mail Builderall to a few people? So I sent a few emails, invited a few people to join my team, sent a few Skypes, dropped a few messages to people that I thought would be interested. Within 7 days, I saw my estimated commissions roughly 5 times the cost of the product. Now, several months later, I have built a team of nearly 200 people. Can you see yourself doing the same thing as I did? I helped, at this time of this recording, I helped Peter build a team of over 100 people in Builderall right now. And I've helped one of our people who's here tonight build funnels and websites for their offline agency business. Overall, my network is now nearly 200 people strong. Do you want to join us? Would you like to learn how we do it? Would you like the exact same templates that I use to grow my business? Do you want to have my landing pages, my capture pages, my opt-in forms, all the things that I know that work? And I'm going to steer you clear of all the things that I don't think are going to work. And I'm going to give you my bonus training and invite you to my Tuesday calls where I teach you all the tactical strategies you need. How many of you would say yes to that if you had done all of that prep work before you ask people for your link? Let me hear a yes from you guys in the chat. If you are getting this, if you actually understand this stuff, or if you would be more inspired to give people that link. Okay, now the chat's blowing up with yeses, okay? After the link, you give them an opt-in page, you have a thank you page, and then you have a bonus offer. The bonus offer is the small purchase you ask them to make. I recommend it's something simple like SociSnap, or it could be Builderall. So let's recap the 7 steps, okay? They are trust, need, desire, past, future, present, and then hurry. Okay? Peter, you want to comment about this? And I'm going to just briefly introduce a case study about this Thursday event that we're having. Over to you, Peter.
Sure. Well, the big thing that I like to teach about sales is to show people that they can't solve the money problems that they're in with the current level of thinking that created the money problems in the first place. Do you get that?
Yep.
It's impossible to solve the problem that you're having right now with money by using the same thinking that created the money problems in the first place. Okay. Yep. So you need to think differently, to think better. Many times I'll have people, they respond to marketing emails and for whatever reason they send the response back to, and it gets to me. Okay. I have no money. All right. To get started with Easy One Up, the lowest price they can get started is $30 one time. And they're in a business that can generate them money, cash flow, and educate. Right. Right. And I still have no money. Right. So the problem, and I would say, and I'm just going to give you a round number, 100 people that send me that, I could spend all day, all night responding to them, trying to get them to think differently and to look at it different ways, but they don't take action because they are so wrapped up with, I don't have the money. That's all they see. So thinking differently and knowing what Victor's teaching you about how to pre-frame the sales process to get them out of the box that they're in is paramount, because if you can't get them out of the box that they're stuck in, they're never going to be able to see it at any price. You could, something that's $100, you can make it for $10. They won't see it. It's too expensive. You know what I mean? So you have to get them beyond that point that they're stuck to say, hey, I can do that. Wow, that's a deal. I'd be, I wouldn't say, it'd be stupid of me not to take advantage of it, that kind of thing. And so you're doing these steps and preparing them for that process. So this way, in the future, when you start to layer these different bonuses and these different things that your product can do, and showing what it's done for other people, and showing, hey, we did this before, this is what we expect to happen now, all these different things Victor talked about, then it's going to make sense, because they've you've kind of got their head out of the box to start seeing a little bit more than 2 inches beyond them at that point. So back to you, Vic.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. And what I do is I establish all of these steps through various videos and boosted posts on Facebook, YouTube, through multi-channels, before I even give them my link. And what I see most people who do who are unsuccessful, they give them the link way too soon before all these things are established. That's why I said these are the 7 essential ingredients you must have before you even give them your link. And your link could be for a product like SociSnap, or it could be to join your business like Easy One Up, or Daily Digital Club, or National Wealth Center, or you name it, or your product launch. It doesn't matter. You got to have these 7 things. I keep seeing this over and over again. Every time I talk about my past, I've been, or even better, if someone else talks about your past for you, like Peter said earlier in this webinar, I've been in this game for like almost 30 years, right? I talk about the future, where are we going? Talk about the present, here's where we are right now. That's why I put the logo of SociSnap right here. Right now, all of our focus is on SociSnap. Because by the numbers per click, it makes the most money. Hands down. There's nothing more that makes more money per click than that product. That's called earnings per click. And if you watch some of my earlier videos, I said, what's the secret of digital marketing? It's actually in our 7-hour training. I opened it up in the very beginning of the 7-hour training. Someone who was there, please put that in the chat. I'm going to count maybe a few seconds to see if someone gets it. But what's the secret of digital marketing? Okay, I'm just going to say it since we're short on time. The secret of digital marketing is making sure your ad spend is lower than your profit margin. That's it. Okay. Another way of looking at that is that your earnings per click is greater than your cost per click. If you're spending more on clicks than you're earning per click, then you're going to be losing money. That's why this whole industry loses money, because they don't know how to compute earnings per click. And earnings per click is based on the lifetime customer value. People who understand this, like my sponsor, James, right? That's James. I suggested to him, we're mentors for each other. He saw me do something. I did something very similar. 3 videos, 1 video, 2 video, 3 videos, right? He has 3 videos, October 10th. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, your mic was not working.
Yeah. So that training that you watched was a VIP private training that we did last October. Okay. The numbers there are a little bit low. Okay. Our team is now 500, not 200. And it's growing. So if we continue to grow over the next year, it's going to be rocking out. Since then, we had the CEO of Builderall in one of our live streams. The challenge that we're having as a culture right now is attention. There's so much attention going to people that are promising sun, moon, stars, and next of kin for little or no money, but they're selling it to people who are not qualified to even enter the game. It's kind of like you don't even know how to ride a bicycle yet, but we throw you on an electronic motorbike, right? Like a like a Tesla motorcycle. Are you with me? Imagine if there's a Tesla motorcycle and you didn't even know how to ride a bicycle. You might end up, getting into an accident. So that's kind of like the challenge that I see is it's happening.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
These 7 psychological steps have to be there. They need to be present before you give them your links. So what was your biggest takeaway, Craig? And let's wrap this up and we'll continue the broadcast on Thursday.
Well, there's been a lot of value for sure, Vic. And I think keeping things and kind of flipping the coin so that people get value up front before even having to whip out their credit card is going to be like a big shift for a lot of people. If you can give people enough value up front where they can get over the hump and see that you really care, and it changes the whole perspective. And I think people will see a lot more results in their marketing efforts if they lead with value and then ask for money later.
Yeah, definitely. And so just want to acknowledge a few people that were here. Someone on Facebook said, I'm writing all of my posts to have see more from now on. Thank you. I'm glad you learned that. Once again, we also had Katrine become a member of the channel. Thank you for your membership. And then she said later, I thought content should be creative. It's a new perspective that content should be familiar. And when we asked about what are you an expert in, Tina said, I am an expert in relationships. What are you an expert in, Craig?
That's a good question. I'm a technology expert. I'm a geek at heart. I geek out on different kinds of technology and figuring out how things and systems work. So it's one of my super strengths.
So Ernest says, I'm an expert at nothing, jack of all trades, master of none. Ernest, I would say is if you don't know what you're an expert in, ask your closest friends or your spouse. They will probably be able to point you into what you're more of an expert in than anyone else.
Yeah, you may or you may not want to ask your spouse on a live.
Yeah. Well, you are a technology expert, but I actually think of you as a communications expert. You take complex technology and you explain it to people in such a way that it's very simple for them to understand the benefits for them.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just good at, because I understand what most technology platforms they're based on, and then I try and think about it from the perspective of someone who, isn't in that space. So you got to take the jargon out and make it simple, and you got to keep it concise. You can't bore people with a long-winded explanation as to how great your system is if they don't understand it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So yeah, this has been super awesome, Vic. And you touched base on a lot of other stuff too, just kind of like, I don't know, in your intro teaser, but you mentioned your website before a click. I mean, that sounded really interesting, and you didn't really delve too much into that, but I know we've kind of gone over at least a little bit from my time window today as to how much I could stay on. Maybe you wanted to cover more, but I was thinking, we were going to wrap things up around an hour time frame. But it's been great hanging on for the duration here because I've learned a lot.
Thank you, and we're going to continue this on Thursday. So just mark your calendar, same time. We're going to go live on Thursday in all these different platforms. We're streaming on 7 platforms right now, and in closing, Katrine says, I'm an expert in nursing. Well, here's the thing. I learned this actually from Bill Gates at a talk he gave in '94 to a group of us that were learning about what was going to be the online world. And he says, you don't need to reinvent the wheel in the online space. Take what works in bricks and mortar and adapt it to the online space. So, Katrin, your expertise in nursing, what you want to focus on is nursing people to their next step, just like you nurse people in the hospital. You have those psychological skills. So like you're a driver, right? You love driving, Craig, right?
Yeah,
so what you
that's
want to
one of
be
my
doing
passions.
is escorting people to their next step, right? Because you have those skills in the bricks and mortar world. And the
Yeah.
more you can make your funnels seem like you're escorting someone in your fancy Tesla, the more successful you're going to be in your digital business.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Awesome. All right, so that's our show for tonight. We're going to put all the links below in the description, except for the ones that are relating to Builderall. You need to connect with your sponsor in Builderall and
Yep.
just upgrade to the Funnel Club. And then have them reach out to me with the bonuses, and I will get you activated in the bonuses. The bonuses are actually delivered inside the SociSnap back office. So if you don't already have SociSnap, go to SociSnap.com, click on login or register, and you can do with one click on a Google account, Apple iPhone, or on a Facebook account. Or if you prefer, your username and password. All of that will be sent to you. So thanks for coming tonight, and good night.
Good night, everyone. See you, Vic.
All right. See you guys.